Hi everyone, it's Alex from Alex and Erika's channel, and today we're talking about visiting Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Not on a cruise this time, but for a land vacation. What we really love about Puerto Vallarta is that it can be whatever type of trip you want. A relaxing beach vacation, food focus, an adventure with some excursions, or a family-friendly getaway, or even a romantic couples trip. It's also very walkable in many areas, it feels very safe, and it's one of the easiest places in Mexico for first-time travelers. And real quick, if you enjoy travel videos like this, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone you're planning to take a trip to Mexico with. So getting there for first-timers, you'll fly into Puerto Vallarta International Airport, which is a very easy airport to navigate. We live in San Diego and usually use the CBX to cross into and fly out of Tijuana Airport. You can watch that video. We have a few suggestions on how we typically cross the border and how we fly in and out of TJ. Also, when you fly into the airport in Puerto Vallarta, be careful. There's a bar right there at the curb. They're notorious for overcharging you on drinks. Just buy a beer if you want something to go, but a couple margaritas could cost you like $80. You wouldn't believe it. One thing that surprises a lot of people is how close the airport is to the town. It's great depending on where you're staying. You can be at your hotel in typically 15 to 20 minutes. As far as transportation goes, Uber works very well in Puerto Vallarta. Taxis are also an easy, affordable option. And many hotels and Airbnbs can arrange airport transfers in advance as well. If you plan to explore a lot, especially south of town, a rental car can be useful, but honestly, we usually never rent a car when staying in Puerto Vallarta, but it really depends on what you feel comfortable with. So where you stay in Puerto Vallarta really shapes your experience. So here's a quick breakdown of the different areas. The hotel zone is great if you want a beachfront resort. It has easy airport access, pools and amenities, and it's very convenient, especially for families. The romantic zone, this is a great area. We usually don't stay here, but we spend a lot of time here during the day. It's very walkable, it has some great restaurants, the beach clubs, and it always has great energy day and night. The central downtown Malecón area, it's very walkable as well. It's close, it's great for first timers who want a local feel, and it's pretty reasonable in price. There's Conchas Chinas, it's a little further outside of town, but it's more upscale, it's a little quieter, it has some beautiful views and a great option for couples looking for a little bit of a relaxing stay. And then even further down is Miss Maloya. That's where I stayed when I was younger as a kid with my family a few times. It's become rather pricey. We don't typically stay there because it's so far outside of town, but if you're looking as a couple for a romantic upscale option, you should really check out this area. Also keep in mind that you are fairly close to Nueva Vallarta. We have stayed on that side, which is just north of the airport a few times at various hotels. Although the trip into town is a little bit further, there's a lot of beautiful resorts in Nueva Vallarta. One place over in Nueva Vallarta that we stayed that we really enjoyed was a hotel called the Marival Distinct Luxury Residences. It was a beautiful hotel, a great location, amazing service, great amenities, and really good food, which is always important to Erika. We've stayed all over Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta offers a great value across all price points. Lately, our go-to option has been the Marriott Marina in Puerto Vallarta. It has great food, and we all love the pool area to relax and hang out, especially the kids. Now let's talk about some of our favorite things to do in Puerto Vallarta. The Malecón, it's a must-do. The Malecón is the heart of Puerto Vallarta. We love walking along the Malecón in the early evenings and enjoying the sunset. You'll see street performers, a ton of shops, along with restaurants and bars. It's one of the best ways to get a feel for the city, and it doesn't cost you anything. Beaches in Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta has a lot of beach options depending on what you want. Playa de los Muertos is usually our go-to beach if we're doing a day on our own and exploring. It's full of lively restaurants and beach bars. It's usually our go-to option unless we're doing a tour or staying at a hotel with a beautiful pool. You can keep it simple. You can take your towel, you can go with some snacks and just sit on the sand, or you can rent some chairs and umbrellas from one of the beach clubs or restaurants along the beach area. Another one of our favorite things to do is a boat day, heading to the South Shore beaches, which we highly recommend. We love getting out of the water. The boat tours typically include snorkeling around Los Arcos, heading out to a beautiful beach like Yelapa or Mahayitas. I can never pronounce that, but bear with me on that one. This is one of those experiences that always ends up being a highlight of our day or highlight of the trip. I'll link some of our trusted tour companies that we personally use in the description or the pinned comment of this video. Lately, we've done a couple tours on a catamaran, which a company, it's called Barco Cielito Lindo, which has been a lot of fun. They've always had great service and really taken care of us. We also love the pirate ship, although that ship recently sank. But by the time you watch this video, they should have the new ship in place. They're actually bringing a new pirate ship into Puerto Vallarta. We've done that excursion before. It's a great time and the kids really enjoyed it. Another option that we've done recently is a Razor ATV tour. We did this a few months ago when we were visiting Vallarta in the spring. It's definitely something you should consider doing. I'll put the information below in that video. We went out there with a tour guide, as I mentioned in the video, and I'll put his information below as well. His name's Juan Peña. He gave us transportation for the entire day, and we did a city tour with him. And then we also paid for this separate tour, but he drove us out there and back, which was great. The thing that's really interesting with this Razor tour is that you go across this huge suspension bridge. You also stop in a waterfall area, which is really cool and refreshing. And then, believe it or not, you do some tequila tasting along the way, which is a little crazy, but a lot of fun. And then there's zip lining through the jungle. That's another really popular option. You have some really beautiful views and platforms as you zip line from platform to platform through the jungle. So that's definitely something I'd recommend. One other tour that's really great is Las Caletas. This is a private beach area that has a lot of activities. It's for a wide range from kids, like water slide, beautiful beach area. They'll serve you lunch. You take a boat there and back. It's really a really fun day. So definitely consider that because that is also a very good time. And lastly, like I mentioned before, Juan Peña is one of our favorite tour guides in Puerto Vallarta, and he can help you navigate and coordinate whatever you want to do. I'll put his information below. And if you have a larger group, he works out really well because he can put together 1 or 2 vans, depending on how large your group is, to make transportation and getting around a little bit easier. Let's talk about the food scene in Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta has some incredible food and it works very well for every budget. Some general tips: enjoy breakfast at small local cafes, grab some street tacos or some seafood for lunch, and then find a restaurant with a beautiful sunset to enjoy a nice sit-down dinner. We always check Google reviews and look at the profiles for the people leaving reviews. It really helps you avoid places that are maybe manipulated by fake reviews. So whether it's tacos, seafood, Italian, sushi, or some upscale dining, Puerto Vallarta really delivers. They've got some great spots. So typically Ocho Tostadas is our go-to for seafood. They have a couple different locations. And for a really nice high-end experience, check out this restaurant called La Magdalena. It's really good. So if you have some extra time, you consider some day trips. If you're staying a full week, consider going down to Sayulita. That's a beautiful small town, gives you kind of like that surf vibe. There's also Playa del Amor. It's a bit of an effort to get out there, but it's an incredible place to visit. On Vallarta Adventures website, the tour is called Hidden Beach. You've probably seen pictures of this, but it's a really amazing spot. Lastly, there's a great tour called Rhythms of the Night. That's a tour that I've mentioned a few times in some of the cruise videos that I've made. So when you visit Vallarta on a cruise, you really can't do this tour and get the full experience. It's best to do it when you're doing a land vacation to Puerto Vallarta because the show takes place after sunset. And so once the sun goes down and you're in the darkness and you're out in the jungle, it really gives you the full experience. When you do this tour on a cruise ship excursion, although it's still a great time, you really don't get the full experience because they do that when the sun is still hasn't set because they have to get back to the ship within a reasonable time. So as far as how we would spend 5 to 7 days in Puerto Vallarta, first day we'd arrive, we'd relax a little bit, we'd spend some time at the pool, we'd enjoy a sunset walk down the Malecón and find a place to eat for dinner. The second day we'd definitely take advantage of the beach or do a pool day at the hotel depending on the hotel pool, and then we'd have a nice relaxing dinner. The third day we'd definitely do a boat tour down south or maybe the Rhythms of the Night tour. Day 4 would be a pool day if you're staying at a really nice hotel, or a beach day down at Los Muertos Beach. The Sapphire Beach Bar also has great food. It has a small pool area and a really cool vibe. So day 5, we definitely do a beach tour, like on a catamaran or boat. We'd either go to one of the beaches like Yalepa, or we would consider doing the Razor ATV excursion, or possibly go ziplining. And then day 6, we'd definitely relax, enjoy the pool area, or go back to the beach, or perhaps do another excursion, depending on your interest and how adventurous you are. And then if it's a 7-day trip, you're gonna have to have breakfast in the morning, pack up, and head out to the airport. So those would be the typical things that we would do. Those would be some of the highlights, some of the things we'd really want to focus on. And depending on how adventurous you are, like I said, you could do a number of different excursions. But if you're staying at a nice hotel, then maybe take advantage of everything that hotel has to offer. So some important tips before you go: carry some cash for tips and small purchases. Use bank ATMs, not standalone machines. I can't stress this enough. Puerto Vallarta is very safe. Just use normal travel awareness and don't do anything you wouldn't do back home. Puerto Vallarta is one of those destinations that works out for almost everyone. It has great food, beautiful beaches, friendly people, and so many ways to customize your trip. If this video was helpful, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and check the description of this video for recommended tours, hotels, and local vendors that we have personally used and trust. Thank you again for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.